All right, good evening, good morning, everyone, wherever you are watching from, and welcome to this evening's podcast of Movie Crew 17, The Lounge Budget Filmmaking. But we have a lot to talk about tonight, and not just about budget filmmaking, but it is not just also a normal Monday, it is the post Oscars Monday. So, for everyone who watched the Oscars last night, it was a win for the independent filmmaking I guess independent filmmakers because they won the best picture, I believe. After watching it, I think they're an independent filmmaker. Don't get me wrong, I don't know, but from what I heard, it was a night for the independent filmmakers that were on there. So that is awesome. That is like um, points for us. So we hope everyone is going to enjoy this evening. We have a lot of things to discuss, and it's going to be fun. I am now going to, of course, bring in my host, Lillian Lamore. Lillian, how are you doing?
I am doing well. How about you?
Awesome. Uh, long day. Long day. You know how it
Yeah,
is.
I hear you.
But you
Very
know what?
good.
It's always good. A lot of cool things we filmed over the past weekend. So it was really
Yeah,
fun. I mean, you were there.
I was
Duh.
there.
Like
I
you
was
weren't
there.
on camera, but you were on camera for other things. So
Yeah,
um
and holding up the black screen in
you
the
were
back,
holding up our, yep, you were keeping it up there for us.
busting
So we
up
did
the set like a bull in a china
exactly.
shop.
So that was fun, and it was a lot. I know it was like, all right, Lily, a little bit to the left, a little bit
Yeah,
to the right. It was like, back in the day when you had your antenna and you had to keep on like messing around with it. That's what I
yes,
felt like it
yes.
was
There
like.
you go.
So it was really fun. Again, everyone, I know my eyes are looking this way, but I'm really looking at everybody because my camera's just positioned in a weird way. So if you're like, what are you looking at? I'm still looking. It's just the angle. So, all right. So we have a special guest tonight. And this one is an awesome one because she plays Amelia in episode 3. She's newly casted. And this is her first ever film as an actor. First time, I remember my first time acting. That was like tough and difficult. And then I remember my first time directing and then running the whole thing. But like, this is awesome. She's just getting into the film industry. And I'm glad she came on to the Red Huntress to start off because it's going to be great and awesome. So with no more further talking from me, I'm just going to go ahead and introduce her. We're going to introduce Tiffany White.
Hello,
Tiffany,
everybody.
hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the lounge. Well, we're all lounging right now because it's Monday night. That's
Yeah.
all what we do on Monday night. Let me go ahead and lower this music a little bit. How are you doing tonight, Tiffany?
Doing wonderful. How are you guys?
You know, just
Busy bees, busy
yeah,
bees.
there you go. Just moving with the motion. That's all what we're doing. So Tiffany, you are now a part of the Red Huntress team.
I know. I'm so excited. I cannot
So
wait.
explain to us what who are you? What are you? You know what I mean? Like what what do you do? What got you into coming in the filmmaking industry? What made you come into this crazy world of
Oh my God.
filming?
Well, I actually wanted to be an actress since I was a little girl. So now
Okay.
we're making it reality.
All
And
right.
I know people in the industry, and they pointed me to your direction and told me this would be a great part. I auditioned and I got it, and I'm excited. And thank you very much. It's going to be
Oh,
awesome
it's
working
gonna be
with you guys.
great. It's great.
Yes.
And for our viewers tuning in, welcome to tonight's podcast. We got awesome things going on tonight. The chat box is now open. We have Mary Kate in here saying, congratulations, Tiffany. Mary
Thank
Kate,
you.
how are you doing
Thank you.
this evening? Mary Kate is playing as our gargoyle for episode 3. Well, she'll be voicing it, but she will be making a comeback and it's going to be great and awesome. We've been building a bunch of stuff. But how are you doing, Tiffany? Or wow, Tiffany, Mary Kate. See, it's Monday, crazy Monday, just another manic Monday, right? I think that's the song. I don't know. So how are you doing, Mary Kate? Glad you're tuning in. Um, so what? Oh, awesome. How are all of you, or how are you all? There you go. Blah. See, going so. It's just a long day, but it's awesome because guess why? I just realized something. We are only $600 away from hitting our goal in episode 3. So that's going to be awesome. And I will tell everyone a little bit later on how you can help us reach our goal this evening. We have some awesome perks that are specially for tonight. Tiffany, actually, her character has a special perk for herself. So for everyone who's tuning in, thank you, and sit back, relax, grab yourself some coffee or alcohol if you drink, and just chill out and lounge with us.
It's a little
Yeah,
late for coffee.
I mean, I don't know.
Feel like
People
that
drink coffee.
I mean, yeah.
So let's talk about the Oscars.
I keep some.
Did you watch it, Lillian? You didn't watch the
No.
Oscars? How about you,
I
Tiffany?
did not.
Oh, she laughs. So that means a no,
I'm
right?
giving up on the Oscars.
The Oscars. So last night, the Oscars. Well, which was cool because Wicked performed. I mean, I forgot her last name, but Cynthia and Ariana Grande sang. Ariana Grande sang "Over the Rainbow," which was awesome. She had like the ruby slippers, like, and stuff like that. And then Cynthia, they both did their Wicked duet and Defying Gravity, and it was great. Like, out of all the films I watched, like, Hollywood films, of course, in theaters, I think Wicked was the best one. And I'm a big fan of musicals. I'm not a fan of like theater musical, but movie musicals. I grew up watching that. And when I heard Defying Gravity, it just stuck with me. It's great. And the best part is Cynthia's voice, when you listen to her sing, it's just like you can close your eyes and envision her singing it like in the movie. And you can see, like, you can visualize every scene was going on. So it was great. It was awesome. So but there were some cool things in there. I really did like. It was a win for the independent filmmakers because independent films won a lot of the awards that night. So that's really cool, and they're really pushing. It seemed like last night, from when I was watching, they're really pushing independent filmmakers to tune in. Oh, Sammy, she said, "Hey, how are you doing, Sammy? On this evening, 7:38 p.m." Oh, my time. So what was I gonna say? Yeah, Sammy was on set with us over the past weekend, and we got some awesome things behind the scenes of episode 3 that we filmed that we want to show everyone, and also some cool stuff that we filmed with that we did with Lillian also. It's a sticky situation, but it's pretty fun. So Tiffany, let's talk about filmmaking. Okay, so you said you always wanted to do this as a child. This was like your dream. Have you like done any projects before, or was it just kind of like, have you done theater or like plays back then that got you kind of interested in it? What got you in there?
No, actually, no. I just I just love the entertainment industry, and it's just, just something I've always wanted to do. Also, now I'm making it reality, so that's basically it. It just felt like it just fell into my lap almost, like it just magically.
It just showed up right over there, and that's
right
awesome.
timing. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost like I'm the same, Tiffany. Like when I was a little girl, I always wanted to be an actress. I'd pretend like I was in an adventure movie, and like I'd imagine a camera zooming up at me in this dramatic way. And then like I waited to like pursue it fully until I was like older, and it was mainly because you kind of just got to take that leap and not worry about like, oh, I didn't do, go to this schooling for it, or oh, I'm not in, California or LA. It's like you just got to start doing independent films. Like that's what I thought. So it sounds like that's kind of what you did here. You kind of like, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, it's because like now that I'm older, like you said, it's like I'm pursuing it more now. Like I'm coming out of my shell more now. I believe.
Right.
No, and it's great.
That's awesome.
You can never be too old to get into filmmaking.
Right.
There are some movie stars who started off at an older age, and they made it big. And to your point, Lillian, let's talk about a little bit. Is going to school for acting worth it? Because that's a good point. And I heard a lot of people say, did you go to school for this? Did you go for school for that? Like for me, I learned VFX and all that stuff through YouTube, right? I had to get hands-on. I am just a hands-on person. I think that's a little bit different in that way. I think for acting, it's really, I think it can go either way, because acting classes can get expensive. Like, and you can spend,
Sure. Just learn by
Mhm.
doing it. I feel like. I mean, I did take some classes at what was it? Act One Studios when they were still around. I think they closed down years ago, and it was it helped a little. I'm not gonna lie, like it did. You know, in high school I took play production for like 2 years, which kind of encompassed everything with respect to like putting on a production, basically. But doing Act One Studios, they taught me more so like, and this is always my I don't know, my what is it, Superman's what is the thing he's afraid of,
oh,
Superman?
kryptonite.
um well, yes, kryptonite. My kryptonite is improv, and it's like I get nervous because I overthink. But doing those classes with Act One, they made me like they force you to think, react in the moment. So you're like being very authentic in the moment, as opposed. So it was helpful to me, but I don't think it's a deal breaker if you don't. I think just doing it and feeling what it's like on set, and it's different than a play, because like it's a lot of times it's like awkward because all right, so you learn your lines, you rehearse whatever, and then when you're on set and they're filming, and so you'll do your scene, but then sometimes like, okay, let's cheat it, let's have you turn this way, and you're like in this really awkward pose and you still got to say your lines with the same sort of emphasis, and it's weird. It's hard to do that, and that's something you're going to learn by just doing
Hmm.
production,
So it'll
I
enhance
guess.
enhance it.
Yeah. So
Pretty
you're
much the
enhancing
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Because, like you said, it can get very expensive to go to it. Like,
hmm
I learned it started off with just making stupid videos, right? You act things out, you try to um replay something you saw on TV or do something. And it starts with improv, because I feel like it's easy for everyone to memorize lines. Anyone can memorize lines. It's how you deliver those lines, how your body shows how you deliver it, your tone, your facial expression, and all that stuff. I feel like that's like a big thing. And in schools, they teach you that, but sometimes, you can learn that yourself. There are some people who are like, okay, um who's your favorite actor? I know people say, oh, I like this person, I like that person, they try emulating them. But the thing is, you're not really acting by trying to act like them, because you're acting like them and then doing acting for somebody else, if you got what I mean by that. um
Yes.
Well, I read in an acting book before that somebody that was learning about acting was like, oh, I want to lose myself in a role, and this acting teacher, famous acting teacher, she's like, you shouldn't try to lose yourself in a role, you should find yourself in the role, so you should play the role even though it's someone else you're playing, but play it as yourself, so that way it's a more authentic experience,
right.
as opposed to like, oh, I'm gonna play this, I'm this eccentric character, but you play it as yourself as an eccentric character. I know it's kind of a weird way of explaining it.
I
Like,
think I'll gain more experience as I'm learning with you guys and being
yeah,
on
and
set.
you learn from different directors. Every production's different. That's the number one thing that everyone has to know. There are so many actors who come into a production expecting it to be the same thing, the same timeline, the same motto. It's the only motto it is, of course, is be professional and get the job done. But different directors have different ways of how they want to approach set. Some might be interesting and different, and some might be casual and the same. But you can't go in with like a mindset saying, okay, I was on this set, like, you're on a bigger set, and then you come down to an independent filmmaker set and you're just kind of out of the picture. So, because it's never going to be the same. Every director is different. Every production's ran differently. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like it can hinder you if you go into a production thinking it's going to be the same as another production. And it never will be. It can be close to it, but they're never the same. So that's how I feel. Like Sammy says, I feel like schooling could be a great asset, but not a necessity, and that's 100% true.
Exactly.
So since we have people tuning in this evening, I want to let everyone know. I'll just get this out the way early. Um, about our goal, we are, like I said, we are $600 away, and we have perks that you can get for episode 3. So go ahead and donate. You can donate to us on Indiegogo. Let me go ahead and put the link for everybody for them that they can get it. So now it's in the description, and now you all can check it out for Indiegogo. So we need to reach $600. So I know we can do it. Also, let me go ahead and switch back over here. We have some cool perks this evening that you can purchase. You can actually go through PayPal for this. Let me pop it up. I think I have the link right over here. Yes, it is. Because it's just more user friendly for some people, I think. So let me put that in here. I am sorry, everyone. I am still getting used to this, how this works with putting links up. So Tiffany, as everyone knows, is going to be playing as Amelia. And her character, we'll get a little bit into her character in a little bit. But she is a medium. She can see things. As everyone knows what a medium is, it's when the supernatural or the spirit world can reach in contact with someone who's human and alive, and they can communicate with them. So she becomes a really important character in the story. And here in Amelia's vision, it's $25, but tonight is only going to be $15. And it's get your face on the missing poster when the Wendigo cult arrives in Willows Ridge. Also, you will have your voice featured on there. So you get an IMDb credit, a social media thank you for just $15. And that's only tonight only. So definitely go ahead and check it out. Our PayPal is all set up over here, so you can go into our PayPal and um get that all situated. And we also have some other cool things too. Um, so we got a possessed voice. I'm gonna see if I can pop that up. There you go. So we have a possessed voice. We have one available for that one. Amelia gets possessed by an angry spirit that tries to convince the group to give up Alice's book. So that's gonna be $25 for tonight. Only one available. And then here's a cool one. You get to play the voice of Alice Strawberg's parents. I'm not gonna spoil what happens going on moving forward, but you get to play the voice. There's two available at $25. And our last one that we're doing, because everything else sold out for this, except for sponsor location, but you have the Howl at the Moon perk, which that is going to be $50, but tonight it's only $25. You will be able to give us your best howl to use in the episode. So yes, it's going to be awesome, and you guys can help us reach our goal. We tried being.
Wants to be pimped out, so
he wants to be pimped out. Why do you want to be pimped out?
You need to auction him off.
All right, we're gonna have to give Hilario this. Anyone wants Hilario, we'll start the bidding at what, 2 cents? 2 cents? Oh gosh. Sammy says whoop whoop for Amelia. So, but yes, everybody, make sure that you guys go and help us out. It's our PayPal's up on there. Help us out with everything. Go on our Indiegogo. We'll keep tabs of everything throughout the night. Hopefully we can get close to 600, if not 600, and that will be awesome. So, should we talk about what we did over the weekend? I think that would be pretty cool. So over the weekend, we started filming episode 3. I don't know if Ashley Amberlin is in the chats right now. I know Sammy is. Lillian was there on set, but it wasn't for filming, it was for photo shoots, which we'll get into shortly. So we went ahead and we filmed, and we have some behind the scene pictures of what we did. So here we go. So I'm just going to show small things for everyone. I'm not going to talk about too much about it, but I'm just going to let people sit in there and see what's going on. I thought that this was one of my best shots right here. I love this. Now this is all edited already. This is a screen grab, so the quality might not be the best because it was a screen grab from my computer, but this is what it's going to look like. And what we really wanted to do in this episode is definitely show improvement. And that's the number one thing when working in the industry is showing improvement every time you do one film. I mean, Lillian, you can basically say that, right? Every time you do
Yeah, well,
something, you want to improve. Like, you just finished doing
yeah,
Deranged, your first time directing. So now the next time you
yeah,
direct, the mistakes that you know the
exactly.
mistakes
I know.
that
Avoid.
you can learn from. And that's something also, Tiffany, of course, when you get on set, you're going to be hearing us say, we can't go back to doing this. We need to do it like that. So, um, and then of course, again, this is all on a low budget. The Red Huntress has always been on a low budget, and we try making it look as professional as we can. And we'll talk about that actually right now, how we do these certain stuff. Oh, there we go. We're back. And then so we kept the same concept with the budgeting, and I'm gonna go ahead and put Lillian's right now. There we go. Lillian did her blood photo shoot over the weekend too, and she killed it. It was amazing. It was awesome. How did you feel being in this, Lillian?
So I didn't really realize until we were doing it the what was gonna happen. I don't know why. I was like thinking, oh, okay, we're gonna do this like really cool thing, and I won't give details because you haven't released it yet. But I thought we were gonna do something else, and I didn't realize it was gonna be like all this like sticky blood on me. And I'm just like, well, whatever. I'm here to get it done, And I'm like, well, this will be interesting. This will be cool. And oh my god, I was getting stuck together.
Yes.
Like my arm, I was like, oh my gosh, Mac, I can't move. I can't move my arm. And then, and in my brain, I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, how I gotta, how am I gonna clean this up? I didn't even think to bring like a change of clothes. I don't know why, but so we were like afterwards, we had to like clean me off with a bucket of like in the garage, soapy water. Like I felt like a dog getting a bath in the garage. But oh my god, that was so sticky.
It was. So if everyone wants to know how I made this cheap blood effect, you can go on my YouTube channel, and it will be. I'll put it right here.
You had to get it just the right
Yeah,
shade.
it's not hard to make fake blood. It's really easy to do it, but it does get like really sticky. As Lillian knows. But if you want to go
Yeah.
watch that, I have a whole video on how to make cheap fake blood. I know Tiffany watches it because she watches all my stuff. Thank you, Tiffany.
You're welcome.
So don't forget to go to our YouTube when you watch it. If you like it, hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button because we have always new things coming out, especially the Red Huntress stuff that we're releasing. So people were loving this photo shoot. Like they told me.
Like I like that. I know like you guys have other favorites, but like I like this one for certain because it's just like my eyes looks like really.
Yeah, it looks great. Like there's just something about
It's
this
like a mix
picture.
of angelic and like gruesome.
Yeah, right. Like, what did I do wrong? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
It was good.
Well,
I
like
liked.
on the way home, I think I don't know, I might have said this in the group chat, but like on the way home, because I had it actually when I went home, I was able to get like the staining off my hands. But on the way home, I kind of forgot I had staining still on me, and I stopped at Target to pick up like a pickup order where you pull up, and the lady was like, "Oh, are you okay? Your hand? Did you just like cut your?" I'm like, "No. This was a photo film shoot type of thing with fake blood." She said, "Oh, okay." So yeah, I should have I completely forgot that I had stuff on me.
It's fun. It's funny. I mean, Sydney, when she got her eye, when we did the eye shot, it
Oh,
was funny because she had to go to the airport that same day, and her eye was like irritated from like the blood because she had contacts on. And it was so funny because she was like, "Yeah, I went past the airport security and people looked at me all funny because I didn't get the full stains off from her eye." And
she had stains on the contact lens,
on
probably.
the contact lens, but you know how like stains, like it can stain your skin if you don't fully wash it off.
Yeah.
So it fully like stained her, and it was so funny because she was like, "I thought I got everything off, but I didn't." And it's only when someone else realizes, "Oh my gosh, are you okay? Do you need help?" And you're sitting there like, "Yeah, I'm good. What else do you need?"
Keith, how many bottles of corn syrup did you use?
Oh,
Oh, all right. Well, let's talk about that. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll talk about that right now. So, corn syrup, you just need like a bottle. So it's about this big of a bottle, like about.
Mm-hmm.
But it depends on how much you're making the blood. So, um, let's say how much we use one cup, right? It was like about a cup, no bigger than
yeah.
a.
You had like a yeah.
It was just like kind of like a like cup this big, about
Okay.
that big. And so what you do is, if for me, I wanted it thick. I want the blood really thick. So what I did was I took the corn syrup, filled it like 75% of the way up with the corn syrup, and then I went in with red dye. And what you do is you only do like a few droppings of red dye since it's already clear. You just put a few drops of red dye and you just keep stirring it, stirring it, stirring it, stirring it, stirring it. Now it's like super annoying when you're stirring it because it's so thick. So once it turns red, you want to go ahead and add a blue color dye. Not a lot. You just put like a drop, maybe a drop and a half. Because if you put too much, it's gonna turn purple and it's gonna look
Yeah, I remember
like
Mac was like, "Ah, it looks like it's violet." Or
like
which is I forget
it
what she
looks like
compared it to.
violet or like jam,
Jam.
straw.
That's what it was. Jam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
jelly, like jelly, and it looked like the jelly. Like I'm like, well, this is not blood anymore. So, um, I had to do it again, and I did. Okay, cool, we got it. So I mixed it up, and we started off with like, okay, I had a little bit of fake blood, so I was like, okay, we got to make this somewhat runny. So I just went ahead and I just started pouring like the fake blood. Like I had a bottle of fake blood still from filming, poured it onto Lillian, and it was so funny because it was cold, and I didn't realize it was cold, and so I thought it warmed up because it was sitting in the garage, and I poured it on her. Mind you, of course, you can as you see her, she's literally just wearing her bra, her bra and nothing else. So it's cold out there. It's not cold in the garage, but it was cold. The fake blood, and I just poured it on her, and she's just like, "Oh gosh,"
Like, I'm like,
and I'm like,
ah.
"Are you okay?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'm good." And then I went in and I took all the the jelly, or not the jelly, wow, jelly, the corn syrup, and I started smearing it onto her, and it just started sticking and
And
sticking.
then Mac was like, "All right, are you ready, Lillian? It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna." She kept warning me. I'm like, I guess.
And then she throws it at Lily, and her reaction is like, "Oh, like, oh, okay, there goes the money shot." We're like, "Oh gosh," Ashley was like, "There goes the money shot." I'm like, "Oh my gosh," but it came out awesome. The only thing is that it was sticky, but that's something that everyone has to just kind of get over with. It's hey, it happens. It's sticky.
Yeah,
It's corn syrup.
we removed like a surprising amount to get me at least where I can get dressed in my clothes and go home. I was really afraid as it was all around. I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna suck driving home. I'm gonna be like miserable. But actually, we got most of it off, thankfully. So
Yeah, and it was. I mean, yeah, we had to scrub her down. It was like a dog, like hold still, like we're trying to get it to scrub down with like dish soap, and I had like warm water, so she was like, okay, at least it's warm water. Um, so and how long have you had the blood on you? Maybe like 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. You had it on you, so it was drying out.
yeah,
Now, if you wanted more of a like a coagulated kind of blood, you definitely want to add a little bit more of any type of cake batter. It could be chocolate, it could be vanilla, it doesn't matter as long as it's cake batter, and you like put a little dusting to it. And that dusting helps give it like a more lumpy of a look. Um,
Did we end up using? Because I remember you got out the cake box, but did you end up using? I can't remember.
so I used some powder into it, but that also the cool thing about using that powder, it helps makes it easier to stir because I don't know what it is with the mixture, but having cake powder kind of like loosens up the thickness for some odd reason and just makes it clumpy. So I went
Yeah.
ahead and I did that, but you just got to put like a dusting because if you put too much, it's just going to look like mud, like just mud, thick mud. Now if you want it a little bit more runnier, you want to add dish detergent, I believe. Yeah, dish soap, dish detergent, laundry detergent. Now you cannot eat that. You can't put that in your mouth. You can't do that stuff. But it is good for trying not to stain clothes. Now, if you go the route of just the corn syrup and the dye, the food coloring, you can put that in your mouth. You can swallow it. It's a lot of sugar, yes, but you can swallow that if it's just the corn syrup and the dye. If you do like add anything else to it, no, don't. No, no, no. You heard from me. Do not, and I mean do not put that in your mouth because it's you're gonna get sick. You're gonna get poisoned from it. Don't. I even don't let our actors like put the blood in their mouth of the. I don't recommend them putting even the pre-made fake blood from the stores in their mouth because it's like there's chemicals in there that you're not really supposed to take unless it says you can take it. What did Hilario say? I never noticed that she was wearing only her red bra. I was looking at her eyes the entire time. Dot 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 dot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, Hilario. Yeah, okay, buddy. Um, so, oh my gosh. Kyler Kenny says hello. Does anyone know Kyler Kenny? Who's Kyler? How are you doing this evening or morning, wherever you're coming from? How are you doing? Thanks for tuning in.
Tyler.
So let's talk about budgeting, filmmaking on a budget. You know, and this is great. Let's talk about acting on a budget. Okay, I guess that's a term. So Tiffany, you're new into the whole acting field. This is going to be your first gig. I wouldn't even say what advice can you give.
Yeah,
But
you guys, I want to hear the questions. You guys
so
got
what
questions?
okay, so you're the one who are gonna ask us the questions because
Okay,
we've
ask
been
me
in
the
it.
questions.
So
Okay.
you're I'm Sydney's friend. I hope everyone's well. Hello. Yes, yes. Sydney's not on for ours this one, but I will get her back on it. I was just talking to her earlier. But thanks for tuning in, and we all are well, and we hope you are as well. So, but thank you for tuning in, and hope you sit back and enjoy the lounge and lounge with us. So, so Tiffany, ask us a question. What questions do you have for us as a
Let's
brand new
see.
actor? And if
Hmm.
anyone in the comments are new trying to get into the acting industry, please go ahead and ask away. This is like the perfect time. It's a great opportunity.
Um, so when you first started acting, Lillian, were you really nervous on camera? Were you really nervous when you first started?
I'm trying to think if I was really that nervous. God, it's been a while. I've been doing it since 2012, 2013.
Okay.
But I've yeah, I was more nervous at the beginning. Like I would overthink like what I was doing on set and when the filming began. Now it's just kind of like I've gotten used to like people. To me, the hardest thing is the crew and everyone around you, where you're trying to like emote and you're trying to have this scene, and it's easy to get self-conscious because they're looking at you, and then it gets in your head. And I've gotten to a place where I really don't think about it. I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna do the scene, and I don't think about it. I used to be another thing. I used to be is I would get, if it was something funny that was said, I would just get in this giggle fit, and like I could, so then all right, action, and then I'm still laughing about the thing. It could be stupid, but so I was like very conscious that people were watching me, and then that would make me react even more. But now I've gotten past that. So now, did you? I can't remember. Is this your first? Like, this is your first?
This is my first
project you're
podcast.
working on?
Yes, this is my
Oh my
first.
God.
Yes, that's why I'm asking. 'Cause
Aw.
I am a little nervous. I'm human, of course I am. You know what I mean? But I'll be okay.
We all, it doesn't matter. Like and one thing too is like, no matter how many projects I do, no matter how rehearsed I am, you know, going over the lines, inevitably, like I'll have them down pat, get on set, action, and it doesn't matter like how much you do it, you still get those moments where, so like don't worry if that happens where like, okay, I rehearsed my lines or whatever. If you have lines, I'm not sure, but you know, you will have that moment where even no matter how practiced you are, it's just it's the nerves in that moment, and then it just like don't let it bother you as you're doing it. We all do it. I guarantee you I'll do it my next you know, the next episode. I'm sure, you know, I'll have it rehearsed and be like, what was the line?
It's called the freeze.
But yeah.
What's that? It's called the freeze. You just freeze. Like,
yeah.
It's just, or you go blank.
Yeah, you could know. Yeah, and it's like I have so many sources. Like I have an app on my phone to help me with my lines. Like it plays like the other person's line, so I can respond to it, and I'll do it repetitive, like, you know, 3 to 6 times a day. I'll like do it, and I'll have it down pat, and then all of a sudden on set, inevitably, I'm like, damn it, how did I like? I rehearsed this. I knew it when I was doing it, but then you just do it a few times, and then you get used to. Because you're in a different scenario, different setting. You're actually filming on set, so there's a little bit of that. But I think you'll do fine. Don't let it. If you like stumble on your lines, we all do it. We all, no matter how many times.
How many times did it take you to get your lines? Like when you started on the Red 100, how many did you mess up a lot? Did you?
I probably did. I think I did. I mean, I think there was some stuff that, you know, that awkward moment where you're like, line. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Something I had to learn, that say you're doing your lines, you know, in like filming, when it's filming, and if you all of a sudden blank out, just remain composed. Like don't be like, screw, you know, damn it, I lost, you know, I forgot. Just kind of like hold and be like, you might say line, and somebody will feed it to you, and then because sometimes they'll keep rolling, and it's easy to forget that. And like they might still use some of the screw up, is what I guess I'm trying to explain it. Maybe
I cut it like after 3 seconds. If I see a blank, I don't know, maybe for me I can pick it up easier for everyone that someone's about to blink, because you're watching them and you can just see their facial expression. Like they can be all in it and then their facial expression just changes and you're just like, okay, they're about to blank, and you can just see it happening.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like, well, sometimes it's like if you stumble over, like I've had this on set, and I don't know if Keith does it, but where you're saying your lines, and let's say you stumble over a line or whatever. The best way to handle it generally is like just pause for a second. They may not say cut. Now Keith might, but like not all the
time. All productions are different,
but not always. Sometimes it's like just like, okay, recompose and then restate the line, because sometimes because if Keith's cutting between different characters, he might still use some of the footage. But I can't speak for you, Keith.
No,
you might have a different way of doing
it. It does get into that position. So if you're like literally get stuck, and I want to answer Kyler, I'll get to your question shortly. um when you freeze, you're gonna freeze. It happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I see people who've been acting for so long who freezes. You know what I mean? Um what you have to do is, I always tell them, if you feel like you're going to freeze, the good thing is this is not like theater where if you freeze and you're in the
Yeah.
middle of a live play, you gotta improv. You can just stop. You can even stop and look, and some people are just like, X, Y, and they're like, oh, I forgot it. And you just cut it from there. You can wait and pause. There's always usually someone there who's has the script, who's ready to say line. Like, all you have to just say is line, and they're just, okay. Then they'll read you what you have to do. Camera's still rolling. Most of the time people are like, can I do it again? And and they'll just cut it, and then you'll do it again. So, it's going to happen, and if it keeps happening, sometimes it's definitely on the director to stop everything and have them just, okay, take a deep breath, restart. Let's run your lines first, and run your lines first, get comfortable with it if they have enough time. If not, they might just say, okay, we're going to jump ahead and we're going to continue something else, and then we're going to come back. There are actors out there who they they need cheat sheets sometimes, and I mean cheat sheets as in they have teleprompters behind them, or in front of them, yeah, or the cards that they read. I do not recommend learning that, expecting to go on set that way. You always want to go on set prepared with your lines. And how people get into preparing their lines, I see people write it out. I see people talk to themselves in the mirror. What I do is, when I read the lines, even for me, I mean, I act in the Red Hunters, and I direct, and I run the camera. I do a lot of things, and Mac is helping me. But, like, they're like, well, you're the director, you should know what's going on. It's like, not all the time, because you're sitting there, your mindset's going into different things. So what I do is, if this is the script and there's like the words on it, I read the person's lines right before, and then I just read my lines, and then I just keep on doing over. And then when I think I'm ready, I cover up the next my line. So I read that, and then I cover up that line, and it forces for me, for some odd reason, to memorize what it is, because I go off keywords. Keywords are just, okay, this scene's going from this, boom, boom, boom. But sometimes you can get stories that have blocks where you're reading a whole monologue of for 20 sentences, and you're going on and on and on. That, I don't know how people do that. I cannot. I don't even write that difficult like that. I don't take it that far with the stuff. But sometimes I think the most block I have given an actor was maybe like
That was
Misty. Yeah, in
scenes,
episode
right?
2.
Yeah,
Yeah, she did. And sometimes you can break it up depending on the character, or on the scene. You might say, okay, we're going to let her run this, and then we're going to switch lines, or like cut to another scene of something else going on, and she can kind of read it and use that, so it helps. But you should be definitely fine. Just, table reads are huge. Always try getting table reads. I know some productions don't do it as much anymore, but definitely, get a table read, or if they don't have table reads, talk to your what do they call it? Your acting partner, your scene partner. Is that what they call it? The scene partner. And get together with them, and then just see if you can work things out. Practice so you can bounce off each other, because again, when you're acting, it's about not just portraying your voice and making yourself like, this is my character, but also bouncing off the other character too, the other actor, because that's how you want it. You want to duet each other, whether it's doesn't matter on what scenes. That's what I'm trying
What's
to
really
say.
helpful to me is writing my lines down, like you said.
Yeah,
That
it's
helps me the most.
so
Yeah.
many different things. I heard some people sing it. They sing
Yeah.
their lines, because people can
Not a bad.
sing a song if they have it in their head over and over and over again playing. They sing it and then they put it into a catchy tune and then they listen to it in their head. I tried it before. It works a little bit, but then it throws me off because I need good music in the background, like to kind of make it flow.
Or I had my son read. I had my son read the character before me. You know, he helped me out a
Yeah,
bit.
Oh, there you
there you
go.
go.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
helps.
It's always good to give
It
a help.
helps.
I'm gonna answer your question, Kyler. First of all, I know Kyler, you wanted to see some of the behind the scenes photos because Kyler said they love the series. And I was gonna show the behind the scene pictures. Here we go. Oh, sorry, I responded. Okay, so here are some of the behind the scene photos from episode 3. Just gonna go down here real quick. I'm not gonna explain what's going on because everyone's gonna be like, "Well, what's going on and happening in it?" I'm not gonna explain it. I'm not gonna spoil it. You'll just have to wait. Um, so excuse me. Um, so to answer your question, how do you stay in character during a stressful moment? Lillian, I'll have you answer that. You can go first. I don't know if I've been in a stressful moment.
Well, I mean, sometimes you have to use the stress as a thing to react to. Like, I'm trying to think of an example. Like, at one time I was on set and I was talking to this other director who was kind of like a crazy director, like aggressive. And he was like all mad about something. He didn't like the fact that I was working on somebody else's film. Like, he was like very territorial. And so I was arguing with him on the phone, and then I had to do my scene. And so normally, like something like that, like stress, would get me all like rattled. But I kind of used that and channeled it to be able to play the scene better. So sometimes you can, like, I guess, channel that energy. Not always. Sometimes you legitimately, if you're stressed or distracted in the shoot, it can screw things up for you. You know, you get it's harder to stay in character, but that a lot of that just comes with experience. And even when you're really experienced, we still can screw up. Like I am not immune to looking up my lines. I don't know if I could swear on here.
I don't care.
You know, I am not immune to blanking out or you know, messing things up. So I try to remain humble with it. Like, no matter how many roles I do, I always approach it like I'm a newbie.
That's
like, oh, this is a new experience.
That's
I'm gonna
really
learn.
a good way of putting it because you can't go in there cocky. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah,
I've seen actors go into a set cocky and they got
yeah,
shut down so fast. It's not even funny. Like, you can't be picky when you're on set. It's a low budget film. You most likely are going to start off in a low budget film where no, you're not going to have your own chair and all this other stuff with your. You're not going to have a big trailer with your name on it with a star. It does not happen right away, you know. And if it does, hey, that's awesome. Like, like, good for you because it's so hard to get that. You know, it's hard to climb up that ladder. But like you said, go in there like a newbie, take everything in.
be ready to learn
Right.
something new, because I mean, every set I learn something new. Every, you know, people I work with, I learn something from. And I would recommend starting out. What I did too was I did a lot of student films, which there's a lot of those out there. So those are a good starting point, because they have like
And for
other teams
budget
and-
filmmakers, for directors, I'm gonna tell you this one thing to talk off from Lillian. I'm gonna tell you guys, make sure remove the space.
I think somebody's spamming the chat. I don't know, unless you know every keep viewers on streamboo.com.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
there's
that's a whatever.
Oh,
That's a spam. Probably is a spam. I don't know.
bot.
What that is. Yeah, bot maybe. So what was I gonna say? Oh, for directors out there, sometimes it's hard to find a crew, grip, lighting. reach out to colleges. There are people, there are juniors, there are seniors who are trying to get in that field. One, they don't charge you anything because they want to get their foot in the door. Maybe you might have to give food, have food and snacks on set, the basic stuff. But definitely look into reaching out to some colleges that do film, because that can help you too, because they're new. They're not new, but I hate to say it, they have more of a drive sometimes than some other people that come onto sets where they're just kind of like, oh, here we go again. It's like, so look into that type of stuff. Look at colleges, reach out to them, make posts there. Student films are really good. Like, they have all the best equipment to start off with, because they're learning it. The school gives it
Yeah,
to them. And it's great
yeah,
because it's not professional, but it's like you can really, they want outside actors who are not in school to work on their project, but also at the same time they want to work on projects that are not school related either. So, but like I never worked on a student film. I don't know how it goes. I heard a lot of good things about it. It's kind of like doing a what's that called? Like what's it called when you go into work but you're not working? You're just a what's that word that I'm looking for? Oh, I forgot the word.
intern.
Intern. It's like interning, but in a student level for film. There you go.
And like you said, I mean, they have a lot of good equipment. And I
Hmm.
feel like they, believe it or not, it's like, well, because they have all their students, and so there's sometimes it's more of a larger crew than say even an independent film sometimes, because independent film sometimes the filmmaker is oh, I guess I got to hold the sound, or so it's actually a great place to start, because they're
It's cool, and they're not hard to find. And there's always a student film all around the corner that you can do.
Columbia College is a big one,
Columbia, yeah, DePaul is
I
a
think.
good one too. I think Tribeca. I think it's a smaller
Tribeca.
college. Yeah,
Yes, yeah,
Tribeca.
Tribeca.
They're good. And there's different ones. Just look for the art schools. Um, what was I going to talk about for new actors?
Was it something that Tyler Kenny had asked about, and that
Let me
it
see. How do you
prompted you?
stay in characters? Those pictures really give me the Dungeons and Dragon vibes. Yes, I was just talking to you about that, Lillian, about Dungeons and Dragons and the
Oh yeah,
vibes that
yeah.
we're
You
going
mentioned it.
with. Though there's so many cool things that's going on. Let's see. That's some great advice. I started working at a haunt like last October, and I'm trying to get ready for this year. All right. So I'm not a specialist in haunts or working at a haunted house because there's.
I worked at a haunted house before as an
Oh,
actor,
there you
actually.
go. Then okay, you go first.
Nice.
Then you
High
go first.
school, yeah, it
You go
was fun.
first then. So I'm gonna put this up.
Like some advice on
Yeah, what is some of
now, Kyla, are you working as an actor in it, or are you putting it together? He's still there.
Yeah, yeah, I think.
He might have.
Oh, my
Quiet.
dog sounds like a cow.
I worked there. Let's see, I think I was 16 maybe when I worked at a haunted house with a couple of my friends, my boyfriend at the time, and or I met my
You
boyfriend
met
at
your
the haunted
boyfriend at the
house.
haunt.
But yeah, it was fun, and it was kind of good for me because as a kid I was always afraid of haunted houses.
As
Oh,
an
as an
actor, as an
actor,
actor.
okay, that's fun. Yeah, because like with me, I had to create a character. They station you typically. At least that's what happened with me. Is they station you like, okay, you're gonna work this area, and it's theme based. I think mine was like, uh, I ended up playing a crazy doctor or crazy nurse or something with, and you have this whole shtick, and you improvise it obviously, and oh, my patient got I can't remember what I did exactly for it, but I processed it, and like they really liked it because it was like really well, it was very over the top, but that's kind of the point. But it was therapeutic for me because, like I said, as a kid, I was so afraid of those haunted houses because I don't like getting startled. I have an easy startle, so I just, so it was kind of cool to be the one doing that. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I think you'll probably have fun with it. Is that your first gig as an actor? Like, do you do other acting, or is this kind of like, oh, I'm gonna help out the haunted house?
There's a little delay. I have something cool I want to do with Tiffany. We'll all do it, and this is something we're gonna put your acting skills to the test. Okay, you and Lillian. It's gonna be easy. Don't worry. We're gonna start you off easy. I'm gonna get back to Kyler real quick. Okay, so this is a perfect opportunity. I'm gonna go in here, and if anybody in the comments wants to go ahead, give us something to say. Don't be like stupid. Don't give us something like stupid or like. I mean, we need something serious. We need something funny. We need something sad. And something crazy, like kind of like, yeah, crazy. So give us something angry, sad, crazy, happy. Give us some cool. You can make it up yourself. Keep it professional.
Don't put her on.
No, because you know why? Because this is.
I would hate that. I'd be like,
we're
my
doing
feed. Oh
no. No, but this is perfect because you know what? This is a great icebreaker because it gets you comfortable. Well, I mean, it's in front of people.
Can I swear?
You can swear. Yeah, you can throw in something, but keep it professional, guys. So I'm going to start off with something. Okay, I'm going to start off with this. I'm the director. I will give you a run through of how set is, okay?
Okay.
Usually you have everything prepared and everything, but we're going into this as a dry, cold run. Because actually, fun fact, there are some directors like me who will go out there and give you one thing to memorize during a audition. I'll give you one thing to memorize, and then I'm gonna give you something cold to read. So you can give me that one, and I just throw you out something. Okay, you got 2 minutes to memorize this. Nothing long, and I want you to imitate it. And it just sees how you are acting like on the fly. How quick you can pick up things, how quick you can express it. I even let them read from the paper. But I'm going to say, okay, hold on. Let me get something for you. While that, Lillian, do you want to answer? Continue on with Kyler. I'm going to go pull up some...
Last year was my first serious haunt gig, and I want to expand my character. So I assume then that they're going to give you the same character, because I only did it for 1 year, so I think they might have, like, different nights put me at different stations, but I just remember the one being pretty memorable. But yeah, so that was your first serious haunt. Now, I guess my question would be, like, do you do other forms of acting, like an independent film or plays or things like that, or are you more like you just like the haunted house circuit? And yeah, it's if you like, again, I always get scared and that's why I feel bad for putting Tiffany on the spot here, because like I have anxiety with respect to improv.
He's just doing this to me now.
Doing a haunted house gig, it's all improv. So you have a scenario or character, and I had somebody I was interacting with as my patient, and I'm kind of like acting like they escaped or they're like So it's fun, yeah. If to expand your character. Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering, is it like, oh, Jason or Michael Myers, or is it something like your own, like mine was like, oh, just a crazy doctor. So yeah, it depends on what your you should tell us about your character.
Let's see. Yeah, what is the character that you're playing? Because that.
No, we're Kyler Kenny.
Somebody else.
No, it's okay. You're like, I'm still flustered and thrown off because Keith is put me on
Putting
the
everyone
spot.
on the spot. I'm even getting put on the spot.
You do that. But that's okay.
It's fun.
It's all honor too.
It sounded like you were talking to me for a second. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes it's hard to tell, and sometimes it's like there's the awkward delay in timing. Like you say something or ask something, it's like, this is awkward. Let's see, what does he say here? I'm just a haunted house actor. It's just sometimes I have a hard time staying in character. It's my own character with a skull mask and chainsaw. Yeah, I mean, one good thing though about working in a haunted house as a character, it's dark. So even if you're wearing a skull mask, it's kind of, if your face goes out of character, they don't see it. So just be angry all the time in between.
Just be angry. That's all you got to do is be angry. Just be angry.
Be annoyed. People going through, and chasing them. Well, that's fun. That's fun doing the haunted house. Yeah, it brings back memories. And you know what, Keith? When you do the fake smoke for scenes, what I don't know.
Oh, the fog machine.
Is it the fog?
The fog machine, yeah.
The smell of it brings back memories of when I worked at the haunted house. It really does, because I was like,
it smells like burned. Sometimes it burns, and you're like,
friend, and it's like, it brings back memories. So, yeah, it was fun. So that should be fun for you, Kyler.
All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I couldn't find anything that was short, and I couldn't make something up on the spot. So we're gonna use what people are responding, like this one, and we're just gonna go in different ways. Okay.
I don't think anybody made
no
suggestions
one made suggestions out there. I can read off.
Everything's like, thank God.
I mean, it is what it is.
I'm going to use what Kyler put on here, because it's like I can be like someone at a job. We're gonna improvise a little bit about this, okay? Lillian, I'm gonna start with you. We're gonna have a job interview.
Me?
Start with you. And let's see. I'll be improving a little bit about it, but you need to read your first line. It's going to be what Tyler says.
You sound all garbled, Keith. You're like underwater.
Can you hear me better?
Yes, no, I can't. Okay, so I need to read.
So you're gonna have. I'm gonna be giving you a job. I'm gonna be someone offering you a job, and I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna cut off the. I'm gonna add like more dramatic. Okay. I'm gonna ask you something. I won't tell you what it is, and you're gonna respond with Kyler's what Kyler's just put on the screen. I'm just a house actor.
I have a question, but I don't mean to cut you off. I can't see anybody's what they're messaging or what they're putting on there.
Does it pop up?
I can't see anything what people are writing.
Oh, not what they're writing. Do you see this on the screen?
Oh wait.
Do you see that?
Yeah, I see that now.
Yeah, so This is what I'm talking about. So
okay, gotcha.
I'll be improvising something to tell you, and Lillian, in response, you're gonna say what Kyler posted, what I have up right here.
I am?
Oh no, Lillian will.
Brilliant. Okay.
I'm gonna start with.
Yeah, I'm gonna read this essentially.
Yeah, you're basically responding. You're gonna be Kyler, and responding to. I'm just a haunted house actor. Okay. So this is gonna be funny. Okay, we're gonna test out our skills. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Let's do how can I say this? All right, let's get something cinematic. I don't know if cinematic will make any sense. Hold on. Because music plays that's too cinematic.
Very
dramatic. It's like, I'm just a haunted house actor. This can work. I think this can work. Okay, all right. And you respond, and then you just go off. So this is serious, okay? This is gonna be serious. All right, ready? Woo! Okay, like I said, here comes the weird part with improv. Okay, here we go. So, Lillian, you came into my haunted house before, and I don't understand why you want to do this job. Why do you love it so much?
I'm just a haunted house actor. It's just sometimes I have a hard time staying in character. It's my own character with a skull mask and a chainsaw. You know.
Do you really think you have it in you to get this job done, to really scare people?
Well, if I don't have my caffeine for the day, I'm very scary.
Caffeine can be a very scary thing, Lillian. But if you
don't
don't have, right. But I'm going to tell you this one thing. Alcohol is better.
It's really keeping the nerves up.
I didn't know how else to put it. I was just like, what do I say with that? Like, alcohol's better. Like, it's like that voice. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right. So, again, I'm going to switch it up on you, okay? We're going to do Psycho Crazy, okay? So, I'm going to play the innocent person getting I need my tacos to scare people. I'm gonna.
Or is it if you don't have your tacos, then you get scary because you're hangry?
I'm gonna play as a typical person in a horror movie who's getting chased around by Lillian, and she caught me in the corner, and I just want to go home. Okay, like this is like a slasher horror. So you're gonna play crazy, okay? Psychopath crazy. Like, all right, let me see if I can get into this. All right.
No, wait, Keith. Is this? I'm reading this, but more in a crazy tone.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm
Same
still reading
thing,
the same.
crazy
Okay.
tone. I'm just gonna be different. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Please, no more. I just want to go home. Don't hurt me, please.
Just stop it. I'm just a haunted house actor. It's just sometimes I have a hard time staying in character. It's my own character with a skull mask and chainsaw.
You don't need a chainsaw, please.
Don't say another word.
Put it away. Put it down. We don't need to do it this way. I'm gonna miss Tom and Jerry. She goes off with that one. But I don't know. Like, it's so, like, it's improv. Like, I'm not the best in improv. Like, I have to, like, get the character, but, like, that's basically... So, let's do it with... I'm the director. Lillian, you're going to be what I played as the... You're going to be playing as the interviewer. Tiffany, you're going to read Kyler's line. Okay? And we're gonna definitely, and then she's gonna ask you another question, and then you improv it, okay? Serious tone. You're in an interview, okay? Here we go. We are rolling, and not Tom and Jerry, best Sunday cartoon. All right, here we go. Line on set. Improv take 1, and action.
So tell me, what do you why do you think you'd be a good fit for this job?
I'm just a haunted house actor. I just sometimes I have a hard time staying in character. It's my own character with a skull mask and chainsaw.
Work with that. Just gonna take notes for I'm just the HR person. Take notes for my boss.
And cut. See? That was good.
You cut me off. That's great. That's awesome.
No. But see, the way you did that is like, it's not hard. Like, you read the line. We gave you the example. You fed it off. It's a start. And like I said, it just gets better.
You were thoughtful. Like you were in like you were thinking about the line, which to me, like that's another thing I found with acting. It's so easy to just be like, oh, I just got to get this line out.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But I like trying to be, I try to be a thinking actor, like as because that's what we are usually, like when we're interacting in life, we're thinking
Mhm.
about something, or so I could see that you were doing that, so that was really
Mhm.
And
good. Nice job. I know he totally like was like, "Ah, do this, put you in there," and
so
you
right,
did amazing.
and that's
So
great. You are listen when you read the script, don't just read it. Like you have
Mhm.
to like you need to understand the words, and that's a big thing when you're talking to the person. Of course it's different because you were looking through a monitor to talk to each other, but when you're in person, some people get nervous of making eye contact with somebody else, and it's like it gets weird. But the first thing is, as long as you get your lines down, you understand what's going on. That is like the big most important um thing. So I'm going to use this one, Kyler. Kyler is just going to be the one we're going to be using. Um, um, so blah blah blah. Tiffany, this is just for you. You're just going to read this. I started working on like last week. I'm trying to get ready for this year. You're talking to your friends. It's all cool. It's all chill. They just got through a terrible.
Keith, you're sounding.
Oh,
It's
uh-oh,
yeah.
you're underwater
wow, that's
again, Keith.
weird. I gotta give you a mic. Um, let's do it this way. You just went through a breakup, Tiffany. Okay? A bad breakup. Your boyfriend cheated on you with another woman. Okay?
Can't,
Let's just say that.
can't.
She cheated on you with another woman and you saw them eating McDonald's together on a date. Okay? Let's just say that. Okay? So Lillian's your best friend, and she just gave you some great advice, right? And I need you to portray this. Um, I need you to portray sad. You need to move forward from this. It just happened a few weeks ago, so you're not like you're still angry about it, but it's kind of like more at a mellowed down stage. But you need to move forward because it's bothering you a lot. So I'll have Lillian actually just say something to cue you into that line.
And then I
Um,
can just say what I want to add
say
to
what you
it.
want. Yes, say what you want. I want you to say what
Okay.
you want after that. But you got
Okay.
to make sure just make sure you follow those strict rules of make sure that I see the expression in your
Expression.
face. I want to hear it in your tone of your voice, and I want to hear it in the tone of your voice and the delivery. So I know it's improv, it's a little bit harder, but if you can do this as an improv, you can do scripts and read them, and it's going to be much easier. So let's try this out. Okay, Lillian,
Okay.
go ahead and start. Um, we're gonna, of course, do our normal run through. We're gonna say improv, take one, um, and action.
Yeah, I know you've been going through a lot. I mean, I'm here for you. Anything you need, anytime you want to talk, you call me anytime.
Thank you so much. I've been going through so much and I can't handle it anymore. I can't take it. It's just a lot on me. I don't know what to do. I think I need counseling.
And cut. See, it's you have There you go. See, it's when you get into that moment, into that zone, is the biggest thing. And that was improv. I'm just making things up on the fly. You're live right now in front of people who are watching you, and you just did amazing job on your. That was your first like act. I know that was great.
My friend Candy is in
Okay,
the
hang on. I
chat.
have to scroll down. Oh, there you go. Um, Candy, that would be a fun idea for a short. The scariest position of them all. HR, the haunted house. um, no, that was
Exactly.
great. Give me 1 second. Hang on. I gotta let the dog out real quick. Hold on. But go ahead and Lillian, say how good she was. I'll be right back.
You were amazing. But that's what it is. It's like getting in that emotional place. Like I could tell you were internalizing it, and that's at the battle with it. And then also another thing that they say about improv is that like you have to go with it, and this is where it's hard for me because I tend to overthink things. Like, oh, that doesn't make sense, and then it trips me up in my head. But they say like with improv, no matter how absurd the other improv actor is, like the scenario, you just have to like go with
like
it, take whatever, like, oh,
it's a switch.
yeah, it's like, oh, you know, I don't know, I can't even think of an example. See how bad I am in improv? I can't think of an example, but like, you know, this pickle juice is so refreshing, and you know, you have to just like, oh, here, taste it, Tiffany, and you know, you just go with it. It's like, why are we talking about pickle juice? And you just have to like commit to it, I guess.
What about pickle juice?
Wow, that was
Who let
fast.
the dog out?
You must have just.
I just opened the door and she goes.
Who let the dogs out? Oh, that's
Who let
good.
the dogs
That's
out?
right there.
So
Yeah.
no, that was good. I mean, like I said, that's just the start. And for everyone who's new out, trying to come into the industry, it's not about how fast you can learn the lines, how much you can understand it. And you have to remember, you're telling a story. This is all a story. And you're going to have directors who might tell you, Tiffany, I don't like it. Do it again. Change it up. But you need to be ready for that change. That's why improv kind of is good. Because if they say, can you give a twist to it? Because sometimes, for example, I heard Robin Williams is a great example. A lot of his stories, or the films he's in, had a lot of blank spaces on it. Because he will just go on and just make the scene really good. And it was all improv. What's the movie called? Warriors? The Warriors? You remember that movie?
Well, he wasn't in that, the Warriors, but I know
he
that
wasn't in it. But in the scene, Warriors come out and play. That was improv. Yeah, that was all improv. Yeah,
really?
that was not in the script.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes you just get one improv that's so good that just turns to like the highlight of the whole film, and you're just like, wow, I didn't know that. Like that's how some actors.
And I agree with you, Keith. It's an important skill to learn. Like, again, I tend to shy away from it. Like, that's not my favorite improv, but I've learned that how important it is for acting, even if you have a script, because you never know when the director does this line isn't working, and just kind of like, you know, sometimes you need to be able to do that on set. And if you don't know, like, you're just like, oh, who cares? I have a script. It's a good skill. So I mean, you were able to do it. So that's really good.
Yeah.
Especially
always be ready to get a change on the fly. When you go into it, memorize your lines, but have 3 different ways of attacking that situation. At least 3. And if the director's like, I don't like it, like when you start working with me on set, it's gonna be.
You're nice, Steve. You're not rude. Like you're on set. You're not like, I don't like it.
I'm pretty chill.
You're
until someone pisses me off, and then I'm just gonna be like, okay. Because I'm not going to say anything. If I stop saying anything and I'm just like, okay, yeah, roll, then I'm pissed off. No, I'm pretty chill on set, you know, and it's just because everyone comes on set ready to do what they have to do. I'm a pretty laid back director. There are a lot of directors who you will run on set who are just assholes. Like, and they're not assholes in a bad way. They're just strict. And to other people, it might come off as them being an asshole. But it's like, no, they're just being strict. Even if you have your lines down correctly, they can still come off as weird. You have to remember, when you go on set, yeah, we have fun and everything after we're done getting the job done. Because you have to think, people who donate, their money is being used when you film, and you don't want to waste their time, you don't want to waste their money, you don't want to waste your time or money, you know. Someone told me, I think it was Misty said, the director's not there to call out the good stuff that you're doing. They're there to call out the bad things that you are doing. They're there just to like, okay, you're doing something wrong. If a director's not saying anything, never think that you're doing it right. you know, oh
Everything that you're
yeah,
doing,
don't
it
think
right or
or
wrong?
think you're doing always think you're doing something wrong. Don't think like it's a free like okay, I say it that way because if a director's not saying anything to me like at all, even though I mess up, it depends. You'll get the vibe. Then you're like, okay, something's weird. Either they don't
Yeah.
care or they're just annoyed with people. um, but if the director is there and saying you did a great take, they can just be like, okay, cool, on to the next one, on to the next one, and then they stop you like, hold on, Tiffany, you're gonna do that again. That was not good. I need you to do it this way. They're not coming off as an asshole. They're just calling out what you're doing wrong. But also, you have to understand the difference between a director constructive criticizing you, giving you constructive criticism, and a director giving you just shit. Like, because it happens on set. There are directors who are always out there that are going to just be assholes, like actual assholes. And there are them who are just there to get the job done. They want you to do good because at the end of the day, if they allow a certain work to pass through, I was telling Lillian about this the other day. I said, if I have to do so many takes, because if I allow it to go through, it's going to come back on me. It's going to be my name first that gets thrown out there saying, well, it's directed by this person. Even though that actor didn't act right, it comes back because the director allowed it to happen. So, but you're going to have you're going to have a easy film with us. We're not mean people. We're really cool. We're laid back. So, and I always give the opportunity to get better. That's how I ask. I'm not just gonna be like, huh. Key sets are fun. I have to
Yes.
put
Kenzie says
I'll catch up. Hey everyone. Start off with that.
Well, it's all about gaining more experience too, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I need that.
There's always room for correction, and always think that go in there. What's the term called? The glass is always half empty. Is that the term that people used to say?
Mhm.
She said,
there's always room for
yeah,
improvement.
they're not
Probably.
stressful. Well, that's a lie. You know how stressful
No,
some sets
I don't
are?
think
For me, like shit.
Yeah.
Like I get stressed all the time on set. But it's a good stress.
You handle it well, though. Some directors don't handle it well,
I've
I
seen
feel like.
directors who are literally going to pull their hair out, and they get so upset and
Yeah.
pissy about everything, and it's just like, I mean, or they just sit there and just want to cry. Like the new directors, when they
Yeah.
start directing the first time and things are not going the way, they just want to sit there and cry. And it's like, are you okay? Do you want someone to like help you? They're like, no, it's just too hard, and I quit. So, but never quit. Never quit. And failure is good because without failure, you will never learn your weaknesses.
That's right.
So you got to always think of that one. Whether it's failure or success, you will learn something from it. And don't get cocky. That's what I tell everybody. Do not get cocky because you landed a big role and you're now yapping in other people's faces, because I see it happen all the time. They're cocky. They're like, yeah, I got this role and you didn't. Ha ha ha. Never do anything out of anger. Never. So like I would say posting, don't go out there and post something. It's not fair that this person got that. Whatever. Just move on, make yourself better, and there's always going to be opportunities for you there. I don't know. I mean, I think I see that a lot. A lot of people are vengeful, posting about how someone else got a role and they didn't, and it's not fair, or they're just doing the industry because they want to get back at somebody and say, I'm doing this to make myself better than this other person. It's like, you're not going to go anywhere if you just do it that way. You do this to have fun, to hopefully get a job out of it. Let's see. Listen, man, it could be worse. Learn from your mistakes. Don't be afraid to fall. You just can't stay down. Okay. See, there you go. Nice comments. And make sure you always have water on set because some days it's fucking hot out in sets. Have you noticed that? Well, no. On our sets, it can get really cold.
It's always either
Yeah,
too hot
there's
or too
no
cold, I feel like.
happy medium.
Yeah, very
I
much.
sound like a fortune cookie. Well, we are hitting our 5-minute mark,
okay.
and this music is really starting to get me like. Okay, yeah. We're changing.
It's
It's not
making you
making me sleepy.
sleepy.
It
You're
just
like,
feels
okay,
weird.
time
Like,
for
okay,
bed.
time for that. We're switching it up.
It's winding down music.
Yeah. And I'm going to hype everybody up right now. So we are now, we went over by 20 minutes, but that's okay because it was a great conversation. And I'm going to switch to music because I always like good editing music. I'm sorry, guys. I have to make it. There you go. So tonight was a great evening with everyone tuning in. We had a good crowd. Thank you for everyone for tuning in again. We have make sure you go check out the Red Huntress page. We are $600 away. So help us out. We're so close to getting there. And all the perks are on our Facebook page if you go check it out. Amelia's Vision again for tonight after midnight tonight. You know what? Just because you guys are all cool, I'm just gonna keep it at $15. So this is officially gonna be changed to $15, and you can get it through PayPal. This is a PayPal only one, so go ahead and send it through PayPal if you want to get this. Make sure you send me your email so I can send you all the information. And yes, you will be seen in the episode with this. So, and your voice. So that's gonna be really cool. And then also, we are going to be giving signed posters of Lillian 8.5 by 11s, normal sheets of paper of her pictures for $15 as well to help promote, help fund the Red Huntress. So you guys can get that. You can pick any one of these. Actually, you know what? We might just do a whole bundle for $15. So for $15, you can get.
I'm a package.
Yeah,
deal.
she's a package deal. Come on, who doesn't want to see Lillian covered in blood? So you can get these cool pictures in a set. You will also get this one. I know this is on the cover for the YouTube thumbnail, but you will also get this as well. So just go ahead and go to our Facebook page. It's the Red Huntress series. Can you add the link of the PayPal in the description? I got you. Give me 1 second. I have it in my notes. Give me 1 second. I am sorry. Where are you? I just had it. There it is. Okay. Here it is. So here's the PayPal in the description. Right there for you, Candy, and for everyone else. Again, we really need to fill this one up. So she's all that and a bag of chips. So you all can get this stuff. It's really cool. Check out our Facebook page, the Red Huntress series. You won't miss it, and we'll have everything up on there. Again, if you want to see how we made this blood, go to our YouTube channel. It's going to be Moviecrew17, and you'll be able to catch how I made the fake blood tutorial, and we'll have some awesome new tutorials coming up. I'm going to try doing at least once a week, if not twice a month. But let's start off with twice a month for now, but we'll have some cool things coming up. But our main goal is to make sure we hit that $600 before the end of the month. That is our goal. So this evening was really great. It was fun. Our post-Oscar Monday, that I call it. So Tiffany, how do you feel? Are you excited getting ready for episode 3?
I'm excited. I'm so super excited. I can't wait to come to you guys. I can't wait.
Well, everyone, you heard that. You're going to catch Tiffany playing as Amelia in episode 3, and I'm going to tell everyone it's going to be one hell of an episode. We're really pushing everything that we can to make this episode look best. You thought episode 2 was good. Wait till you see episode 3. It's going to be great. And guess what? After episode 3, we're going on Tubi, hopefully, but we're pushing for Tubi. Because I know Lillian has some issues with Tubi a little bit, getting things
Well,
set up.
just the captioning. It's
Captioning.
very tedious. I've
So,
been procrastinating.
well, yeah. So I'm kind of glad they're short episodes. So it's not like, captioning's gonna be too bad. But yeah, like as Kenzie said, episode 3 is gonna blow your mind. It's gonna be great. We start filming at the end of March, and we're gonna try getting this all out by the end of April. So help us reach our goal of the $600. You can go through Indiegogo and get a perk, or you can go through our PayPal if PayPal's easier. And you can go pick out if you see something on Indiegogo that you like. Just go on our PayPal, and if you feel like PayPal works for you, go through our PayPal and just put in the comment or put in the message what perk you want, and then your email so we can email you back. But episode 3 is gonna kick some ass. I'm so excited for filming. So much action. It's gonna be great. More blood, more action, more horror. There you go. So let me go ahead and close this. So Tiffany, thank you
Yes.
for tuning in.
Thank
Thank you. I
Thank
know
you
it was
for
a last
having me.
minute thing.
Yes.
Thank you for
Welcome
tuning in
to
with
the
us.
team.
Yes, welcome
Thank
to
you
our
so much.
welcome to the Red Huntress family.
Yes, I'm excited.
So everyone can check that out. We will also be doing, since we finalized our cast, we are now going to be posting up an awesome short video of everyone who is in our cast, and we're gonna have a cool video that you'll see on YouTube and you'll see on our Facebook page, a nice little reel to promote our cast and who's in it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be awesome. Lillian, as always, thank you for tuning in with us. I know you had a long weekend, a bloody sticky weekend.
I'm all
So,
clean now.
You're all clean now.
I don't have any stains on me.
So, but for everyone who tuned in, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. For those who bought Sammy's Valentine's Day posters, definitely check your mail. It has been sent out last week. So check that out. It's in the mail. Keep an eye out for that. And again, thank you everyone who have supported us on the Red Huntress. Thank you for everyone who has. Oh, Candy. Thank you, Candy. I gotta put her on blast over here. There you go. See, Candy is awesome.
Nice. Thank you.
Candy. Much
Thank you.
appreciated. Thank you. Everyone be like Candy. So yeah. So again, those pictures that we have of Lillian, they'll come in the set, and she'll sign all 4 of them for only $15. I mean, it helps the show, and you get some cool stuff too. Who won't want that? So who doesn't want to see Lillian bloody? Bloody Lillian, sticky bloody Lillian. So thank you, Candy, again. Thank you so much. Again, again, we thank everybody for tuning in, and I'm just opening up. No, thank you. No, thank you. I know it's gonna go back and forth, but no, thank you, Candy. We appreciate it. So thanks for everyone for tuning in this Monday. We will be back again next Monday. We'll be talking about some really cool things as we get closer to filming. And maybe I might show a little bit of our werewolf. I don't know. The one that we started working on and stuff. So I don't know, but we'll see. So everyone, thank you for tuning in. Lillian, thank you, of course, for tuning in. Tiffany, thank you as
so
well.
much. Thank you.
You did amazing, and I'm excited to work with you. So, all right. We are going offline, and I know Tiffany is new at this, so it takes a little bit to go offline. So we'll see everyone in, well,